Johnson stepped around to belt the. Playing at a 75 ranking right now.
Game, federer.
We show you some of the hide and seek he's playing with his team in the corridors here.
It's too easy, but Roger misses a gimme. We're not going to finish. It's a heck of a return.
Full tee. That's it.
Hard to say. That's well done. See, that
And Monte Johnson.
You were solid. Kept us pumped up. Oh, I think that was behind him.
Full tee.
Didn't matter.
No answer for that.
Game,
federer. Go outside and breathe. That was a plot line, but it's been much, much better in that department in recent days. Roger takes the direct route to the. And Federer in charge. Johnson off to a 30-love lead here in the 6th game. But he nicely struck back.
How am I really playing? You got to step up against this guy.
Full tee.
You'll find out very quickly how you're playing.
Well, that's well.
With Craig Boynton, and that's Peter Smith, who coached him to those NCAA championships at USC, and then resigned. Johnson, incredibly dominant college player. Some of you may know the story, but 70
in college. Believed in himself more. Got himself to think he could be a pro, and well done for Steve Johnson.
The stamina and the 7,000 feet, 9,000 feet.
Well, altitude.
All the off-court stuff. Of course, that's the case every single. Tsitsipas upset him last year. Stopped short of the quarters.
Well, that was an excellent shot.
4 on serve in the set. And closes it out with a pair of aces. So Federer said he wanted and needed a fast start. Yeah, the match at Indian Wells did play into his hand.
First game, second set.
How's that for a record? It's hard to believe that he wouldn't be bothered by it, but if there ever was a guy who wouldn't be, it'd be him.
It wouldn't be looking good for Federer to hold on to that record.
Probably trying to get one more, and thinks he's got one. He's got.
Had how important. How important in this bigger conversation the movement. Excellent. He felt he was really moving around the court beautifully in practice and in his training camp in Dubai, and certainly evident here today.
Looked
Kind of a 12 seed for Riley.
We beat him at the Open.
Weird that they draw again in consecutive major. Comes in on an 8 seed.
Game,
wow. This looks like it'll be over soon.
No chance.
I think he actually started out pretty well
on the left service line.
and still found himself behind. He's probably, was it last week or the week before he won? That's what makes it even more discouraging.
4th time that he's
Look how quick this game is.
Game, federer.
Unbelievable.
11 minutes in the set.
Don't forget in Davis Cup, But I think the team events are great. I enjoyed being, as a coach, part of it a little.
Serving at 82%. No stress at all. And that's going to be a lob winner for Johnson. Better
for Johnson. Even that worked.
Use all the serve puck today. Don't worry about that. If they could shut that off.
Oh, boy.
All the effort. Johnson made a brilliant shot into off Federer's side of the net. Once again,
the playing field is more level in this sport than any other, so the best athletes are going to play the sport of tennis. Recently, with the Davis Cup and this Team Cup, I mean, hopefully that body will hold up.
Great fight to Federer.
Go with. How about the Kyrgios is even on that list?
It is Australia.
I don't care where.
Would you make there and believes to play well, and this might be a little bit of a cause.
I absolutely. Who is a fighter, competitor? He's out. Didn't even play.
Speaking of wear and tear from the ATP Cup,
Right.
Federer.
I want to speak to you later.
30-40.
I had mixed feelings watching that match, and I didn't know that because my agent was an idiot. He should have told me.
You thought you had one more strike. That would have made all the difference. Yeah.
Well, you would have come down here, having been in New York over Christmas, and come down in this heat. There was about 130. Well, it was a long time ago. It was the only time I was.
Total freedom now for Federer. Has looked complete.
To play at the end of that year, but I played Davis Cup instead, which I took a lot of pride in, and was part of 5 U.S. teams that won, Chris. And in the last 10 years, it's too bad. Should be pointed out that the no. And watch this year how many people. You're a tennis fan, Chris. 100.
That's a big part of the ATP Cup. It's a very complicated point. John, to me, with the gritty court and now the heavy conditions with the roof shut, playing pretty slow. Johnson's just not able to do any damage.
Game, Johnson.
Well, the most interesting first. Got to think other than Serena, that was the last person in the draw.
So it's a new dynamic for him, John. Is he a guy that you think will?
He doesn't want to make that a habit. He's got to be able to do both. He's got to finish points.
You mentioned the loss here to Novak, which was a.
And head into week 2. Back to you, Chris.
Jason, she was tough to beat last year. Great effort by Osaka to regroup.
It's tough when you're Steve Johnson and you're down 2 sets and 2 breaks. And Federer, he's the seed. He's got Krajinovic.
Those matches in today.
You got to think that could be surprised
for the match.
15 left. Semifinal.
Under pressure.
Matchup, but the other matches were much closer than this one, actually. This is the most lopsided of the head-to-head.
Played a lot of matches recently. That's it.